Hi guys, welcome to another movie review by me, Beardo. Today I will be reviewing Tomb Raider.
Don't count me out just 'cause I'm down. Boy, I've been down before.
The film is about a young Lara Croft who, after her father went missing almost a decade ago and is presumed dead, has renounced her inheritance and her upbringing. After discovering some clues as to where her father went when he disappeared, she travels to China and with the help of Lu Ren, she hires his boat and they go into the Devil's Triangle in order to search for her missing father. After a freak storm capsizes the ship, she is left stranded on the island of where her father went missing. The film stars Alicia Vikander as Lara Croft. She brings a lot of different qualities to the role other than what Angelina Jolie did. She has a lot of vulnerability and she has this inner strength that she's not really aware of yet. And it's great to see an origin story that's not really setting her up to become a superhero as such, as just someone that's really trying to find out who she is as a person. Lara's dad, Richard Croft, is played by Dominic West, and a lot of his scenes done through flashbacks and through the devices such as video cameras are pretty well done. They obviously establish that he is someone who left his daughter for work purposes, but obviously you know that that's not exactly what's going on and there's more to the story in that. The film's bad guy, Matthias, is played by Walter Goggins. He is the leader of an expedition who's also on the island where Lara ends up after the ship crashes. He's pretty much your standard cut-out bad guy, but they do give him a few scenes where they show what a real dick he can be, so you know it's not just all mouth and no action. Lu Ren is played by Daniel Wu, who does a good job of actually helping reverse roles in this type of film, where instead of being the man that saves the woman, he kind of becomes like the damsel in distress, which is a great flip on role reversals, especially for an action film like this. He does a good job of creating this drunken sailor character who you can tell that for similar reasons to Lara, he doesn't feel like he's found his way in life, but it would have been nice to give him more material to show what he can really do. Video game adaptations tend to be really hard to translate to the big screen because, especially for newer games, they're already very cinematic in their feel and there's a lot more you can do with a game as opposed to a film. Now, I don't think Tomb Raider was a complete success in the translation to screen, but I do think it was a really fun film. I really enjoyed it, and even though there's quite a few issues with it, I just thought it was a very good attempt at making this game a big screen adaptation. There's so many different things that Lara does in the games that do look really good on the big screen. And Alicia Vikander just does a really good job as embodying a younger Lara. She's very vulnerable, and because of this, she has to find the inner strength in order to overcome not only the bad guys, but search for the answers about her missing father. Although the film has a lot of CGI, I don't think it overdoes it too much. Instead of having lots of wide shots where you can see all this CGI stuff happening, there's a lot of it is done in close-ups, so it focuses on the stuff that's real more than the stuff that's not. A good example of this would be the scene where the ship capsizes. Instead of having all these ridiculous wide shots filled with CGI to make the capsizing look real, they filmed a lot of it in close-ups so that you can actually see what the people are doing aboard the ship, and that means that you get a really good use of the real actors with real props against the CG. The film is definitely grittier than the previous incarnations that have been on the big screen as well. It's not very campy, which is really good, seeing as that's what the reboot of the game series was doing as well. When Lara falls, she gets hurt. When she gets punched and kicked, you feel it. And then in the movie, when she kills her first bad guy, you actually feel like she hasn't done this before, and it becomes a big deal for her. You become emotionally involved in what this woman is trying to do to survive on this island. The film is definitely a little too long. It could have been chopped down a bit. I appreciate that they spent a good amount of time setting up the character and the story before they went straight into it, but I also think that some of it could have been trimmed down slightly to bring the runtime into a neater package. So as I said, it's a fun film. It's nothing too serious. You know, it would be great if they made some sequels, but don't expect too much going into it and you might get more out of it than you would think. And for those reasons, I'm going to score Tomb Raider 3.5 out of 5. Thanks for sticking around for another one of my movie reviews. Give it a thumbs up, comment or subscribe, and you'll see more content coming from me soon. Thank you.